Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. The city's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so live.
Oh, good morning, Frederick. Today is Wednesday, July 2nd. I'm your host, Dani Gurrie. I have to start the show today just with a special message. First of all, it is my sister's birthday today, so I want to wish Corey a very, very happy birthday. And today is also Ash and I's 25th wedding anniversary. You know, the funny thing is when you get married, I got married late, and you kind of at the time think about, oh, I wonder what life will be like 25 years from now. And it's just kind of a weird thing to be here, right? To be here 25 years later. I'm going to share some photos that I posted on social media today. Many of you are my friends on social media, so you've probably seen these. But looking at this picture, we got married at Kaufman Chapel at Hood College 25 years ago. Tiffany A. Halt used to have horse-drawn carriages in downtown. We rode a carriage from Hood College to the Delaplane. We were one of the first weddings actually ever hosted at the Delaplane. And it was an awesome reception. Well, reception, sorry, not wedding. But anyway, over the years, though, when I posted these photos and you look at the changes in hair, weight, looks, facial hair for Ash, it's just hysterical to me that we've built something for 25 years. 2 kids, 2 continents, a lifetime of having someone by your side. So I just have to say thank you to my husband, to whom, if it was not for him, Good Morning Frederick would not exist, because he's been very, very tolerant and supportive. And I just mean that in jest, tolerant in the way that he has supported me and has always had my back, which is so wonderful. Of course, I got Mama Cone here as well, looking for a wild, wonderful Wednesday. She'll be manning the home of everything Frederick today, and I'll be there as well throughout the day. And the number one event calendar, I agree, Mama Cone, the number one event calendar for everything you need is, of course, at this address, bit.ly/EF calendar. You need to make sure that is case sensitive, upper E, upper F, everything Frederick calendar. And you can make sure and get all the best events. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to have to get moving because we got a big show for you today. Of course, we're going to have morning roundup with Bob Miller and Chris Michaels from WFMD. We're going to go over what's happening in Frederick. We got Paul Jantzen, a local author, who's on today. And of course, your secret stash video clue for today. Remember, when you buy the Good Morning Frederick merch, including those awesome 4th of July t-shirts, you're going to support the athletic boosters of the Urbana Hawks. They are really fundraising for some necessities, as many high schools are dealing with as well. All right, let's get the show started, and we're going to bring in Chris Michaels right after this. All right, well, apparently Bob Miller's having some issues, but we're going to bring in Chris Michaels. Morning Roundup is sponsored by Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Window tinting, paint protection film, ceramic coating, vinyl wraps like on the Good Morning Frederick car. Also, customized leather upholstered car seats. They can take care of all your aftermarket enhancements. Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland, accessories for any lifestyle. Find them on Urbana Pike or at autotrim-md.com. Oh, good morning, my friend.
That Bob Miller and his issues.
He's asking me if it's his end or our end, so I have to tell you, he's texting me. He's saying.
So he's actually doing
yours.
Doing things a little different here. He's doing it from our studio. He's been having some issues with his Comrex, which if people don't know what that is. Comrex is what Bob connects in order to do the show with me on the Morning News Express. Bob is got to be one of the most unluckiest people. It's very rare that lightning hits somebody's property, and it happened to Bob twice.
Yeah.
So,
he's had. I mean, he's like a magnet. I'd feel safe if you were around. I'm telling you, it just seems like he's the one in Woodsboro that gets it.
As soon as I see lightning in the sky, I run far away from Bob Miller, as far as possible from Bob Miller.
Although he's way taller than you, so they say, it strikes.
No, we're actually the same height.
Oh, you really?
6 foot. Yeah. He only looks taller because he has hair, Dani. That's why he looks taller. Okay.
All right. Well, you're both taller than me, so there you go.
Yes, that is true. Actually, so I got to tell you a funny story. When my wife first met you, my wife said, "Wow, Dani's a lot shorter than I thought she was. I thought she was taller." I was like, I don't know where that came from, but okay. It's her hair.
She and I are close to the same height, I think.
Right. Well, my wife's short. She knows she's short. She admits she's short. But she, for whatever reason, thought you were like 5 foot.
I'm just larger than life. That's what it is.
There you go. I told my wife, I said her smile makes her taller than she actually is. So there you go. I sent you a text message because I don't know if there's possibly a way you can show this on your show here, but
did you post it to Facebook at all?
Not yet. No, not yet. So I'll do that a little later on.
Let me just see if I can.
While you're doing that, I just want to give a shout out to Nick Long from Main Event Trophies, and I want to thank you, Dani, for recommending them. Nick Long, Main Event Trophies in Walkersville. This year, well, I shouldn't say this year. Last year, for those who don't know, we started a thing with WFMD where we were on the big stage with our sister station, Free Country 99.9, at Party in the Park. And the reason why we wanted to do that was they have those big bands, our sister station does, and in between the band sets, really they have nothing going on. So we thought, you know what, this is a great opportunity. Instead of just having silence, why not honor our wonderful first responders here in Frederick County? Perfect. There it is. So Bob was making. So I got to tell you something real quick, Dani. I know I'm getting off subject. Okay.
That's okay.
So I went out. Diana from our sister station, Free Country 99.9, and our news director, Diana and Bob apparently made a bet that I was not aware of. And the bet was.
I usually like to be in on these bets.
Well, the bet. This was a last minute bet, apparently between the two of them. The bet was Bob bet that I would go to the right of the pitcher, and he says flex my arms in the pitcher, and
Yeah, I'll bring this up.
Diana said that I would go in the middle and do this type of flex. So, without being able to defend myself, I tried to explain to Bob. I was like, Bob, I'm not flexing, okay? I am simply holding up the plaque, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
how is
With
that flexing? Like
with a there, I
there's
feel
no
it.
ooh in there. I wasn't in the bathroom, okay? I was just holding up the trophy
And
and
you are
the
all the
plaque.
same height. That's so funny. I think of Bob as taller. That's so funny. You might even be
Yeah.
taller than him.
Well, it's funny because if you put Mike Banks, me, then you, it kind of looks like one of those bars from your cell phone reception. You got the taller one, the second one, then you got the littler one, which is Danny. That's what we kind of look like. Mike Banks being our GM, who's actually taller than me. But yeah,
Well,
so Bob was like,
shout out. It's Main Event Trophies.
Yeah.
Amazing. So generous. I know they do Civitans trophies as well for the Market Street Masters. They are so generous and amazing. So huge shout out to them. If you ever need any trophies or plaques or anything like that, look them up and they'll take great care of you.
Highly recommended. And Danny, we had Nick on air today. I want to say this real quick. One thing about me is if I say something, it's true. I don't say things and not mean it. These are quality trophies we're talking about.
Oh,
and
they
this
are.
picture, Danny, and for those of you, your viewers out there, this picture does not do justice on how nice these trophies are.
Yeah.
They're amazing. And thanks to Nick, who generously donated to us. We're going to be giving away a trophy to the winner of the Officer of the Year for Frederick Police Department, Deputy of the Year for Frederick County Sheriff's Department, and Firefighter of the Year for the Frederick County Fire and Rescue. So thank you so much.
I have those certificates on my desk from 5 Alarm Charm. They are each donating a pendant to each of the winners. They are donating a pendant to each of the winners as well, the recipients of these great awards, because they have created these customized, beautiful, heavyweight charms for mostly firefighters, emergency personnel, and things like that. So they are out of In Bloom Jewelry, but you can look them up at 5alarmcharm.com. So.
And thank you. Special shout out to 5 Alarm Charm. I actually, you hooked us up and had them on our WFMD for our Spotlight and Local Business. Again, going back, a company that truly loves our first responders. To hear their story, the son is a firefighter. To hear their story was amazing, and they're donating that to our first responders. And this is why one thing we always say is our local businesses are so important. Patronize them. Is it patronize or patronize? Anyway, go over there and support them is what I'm trying to say. That way, that helps them be able to do what they do for us and give back to the community. So thank you so much to them for doing it.
Yeah. Very good.
All right. So I know you got a packed show today, so I'll get to news. So day 3 of the murder trial is happening here in Frederick County. 21-year-old, and I know I'm probably butchering the name wrong. Kuhan Hawkins is charged with the murder of a 65-year-old man. His body was found in July of 2024 in a field in Walkersville. And head to our website. You can find out more information at Frederick County Fire and Rescue Services. They're discussing shooting fireworks on the 4th of July, safety and stuff like that. And me and Bob had this discussion. A couple of listeners said that I was a Montgomery County liberal for saying this. Why, I have no clue, but I am not a fan. I'm good with fireworks, shooting off fireworks, but some of these people, Danny, have these professional fireworks that you would see in like Party in the Park, and they're shooting them off in neighborhoods. Sorry, folks, I'm 100% against it because they're so dangerous. They can cause fires, and they're too close to homes. You shoot these off in areas where there aren't houses for a reason. To do those in communities, I'm totally against. And that's one thing I would like our sheriffs and local law enforcement to do is stop people from doing that. Again, I understand fireworks aren't illegal, but those type of fireworks are and shouldn't be shot out.
Yeah.
Just in
I'll tell you what I hate. What I hate is, because it happens every year. It also happens New Year's Eve. Is that I drug my dog long enough to get through the Frederick's Fourth or the Keys fireworks. And when people are randomly shooting them, I have no idea how long they last. They just keep going off. It's disruptive, terrible for veterans with PTSD, terrible for our pets who are afraid of these loud noises. And it not only can cause destruction in a neighborhood, fires and things like that, injuries to people shooting them off are even worse. So, yeah, let's just Frederick does a great job with 4th of July fireworks, so we don't need any local at-home versions. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And you're forgetting one important set of people. Please be considerate for those of us who are from the inner city who thinks that somebody's shooting at them and constantly ducks when they hear fireworks to protect themselves. Is it a gunshot? Is it fireworks?
What do you hit? Do you hit the floor? Do you hit the floor?
Always.
Drop and roll?
All the time. Under the table. My family's getting sick of hearing, get under the table, get under the table.
Your wife is out just walking around trying to get stuff done. You're hiding.
I'm under the table. Of course, I should probably be good to get my 14-year-old, my 8-year-old, to make sure they're safe instead of me just jumping under the table myself.
Also, just real quick, because we know we don't have Bob here for sports, but I saw you on Monday at the brand new unveiling of Frederick City Police Department headquarters. Beautiful building.
Yes.
It was
with
really
2 minutes
excellent.
to spare, Dani.
Really, really happy to have that.
I made it with 2 minutes to spare. Got there at 2:58. Had to run over a few old ladies with canes to make sure I got there on time. I'm sorry, Mrs. Feinberg, and I'm sorry, Mrs. Smith, for doing that. But made it there 2 minutes, and to my horrible detest, I saw that you did not save a chair for me, Dani. I was very hurt by this.
I was not aware you were coming. I arrived early when there was plenty of seating. Actually, I could have saved you a seat. Sharon Jacko was sitting next to me though, and you were right behind me. So,
but and Sharon was nice enough to give up her chair for me. That's only when I sat in her lap. She said, "You know what? Get off my lap. I'll give up my chair for you." Apparently, that you're not supposed to do that. I'm just kidding. Sharon was sweet, and so I did sit behind you, yes. And it was a great event. Chief Lando did a great job. It was great to see everybody there. The Mayor Michael O'Connor was there. So of course Jessica Fitzwater, county executive. I know how much Chief Lando and Captain Aaron Lapp worked hard to get that going, and congratulations to the Frederick Police Department and to Captain Aaron Lapp and Jason Lando.
Very high tech. They have that green roof, which is plants growing on the roof on that second level, with a little walkout balcony that'll be open eventually, and beautiful views from the 4th floor of downtown overlooking Sky Stage, and offices that they can grow into, and high tech energy saving cubicles, and a whole crime unit and storage facilities and all kinds of stuff. Really great.
Which was very shocking to me as I went into that crime unit. Apparently pictures of me were all over the wall. Why, I have no clue.
Do not trust this guy.
If you see this guy, call us right away. As a matter of fact, on there they said, don't even call us, just call ICE. So we can get them the hell out of this country. I don't understand. I'm legal, Dani. Why do they want to get rid of me for? Anyway, all joking aside, great job, and we love our first responders here. And I'm sorry, look, I got off topic. I said to myself, Chris, Bob might not make it on today. It's just going to be you. You'll make it quick for Dani because she has a busy show. Here we are already.
I got you off target. That's fine. It's all good.
So anyway, Montgomery County police arrested 5 men and seized firearms, drugs, and cash following a long investigation. So get that off the streets. Again, you can head to our website, WFMD.com, for our award-winning WFMD news. And we'll take a look at weather. Looks like it, surprisingly, Danny, I don't see any rain in store for the forecast today. Actually, it's going to be nice. Sunshine and clouds mixed. It's going to be a high of 88. Tonight, it's going to be one of those nights where you can kind of sit outside and smoke cigars. I don't recommend smoking cigars, but I do. It's just my choice. Down to a low of 66 and clear sky. So those nights where you can kind of sit outside, relax, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Speaking of cigars, and I don't know if I told you this, I might have, I interviewed Melvin Horowitz, of course, who is the son-in-law of Patty Horowitz, owner of Colonial Jewelers, and Yemi made this beautiful portrait of Melvin, who's a World War II veteran, celebrated his 100th birthday a few days ago. He's also a big cigar fan. So me and him,
did you chat about cigars?
We did briefly, but we had made a date to where we are going to sit in front of Colonial Jewelers, and I think I mentioned this yesterday, me and Melvin, and we're going to smoke a cigar together, talk about World War II, and really, really looking forward to that. He's an amazing, amazing person, and I'm so thankful for his service. Yeah. So that's all I got today, Danny.
Well, that is good, and we are excited about Party in the Park and WFMD with WFRE being at Baker Park on the 4th of July. It's going to be a great day. Please stop out and see us. If you are a veteran or first responder, stop by WFMD's tent first thing, and you might get one of the, I think you guys are handing out chairs and coolers from Airtron. That's going to be a lot of fun.
The coolers, real quickly, we're asking for the chairs go out to our first responders. The coolers, we're just asking for a minimum of a $5 donation to Christmas Cash for Kids. And listen, $5, it's worth it. You'll get one of these nice coolers and keep your drinks and stuff in there. And again, it goes for charity. It goes for the kids. So that's all we're asking for.
I also need to get a collection box for Christmas Cash for Kids because I have some stuff that we'll be doing and want to take it in lieu of with a donation as well. So we'll do that as well. But it's going to be a great day. We're going to be out there all day long, leading up into the fireworks.
And you have a mechanical bull, right, Danny?
We got the mechanical bull. We will talk a lot about it and happening in Frederick, but this will probably be the first year in more than 20 years that I have been to Baker Park from start to finish to see the fireworks. When I worked at my other radio station, I was there during the day, would leave by about 5 o'clock, but this will be the first time I ever have stayed to the fireworks and been there all day ever in my life.
Yeah, and it's going to be really cool because obviously you're with us right now. We're so happy to have you. So you get to kind of experience what Party in the Park is with Free Country 99.9. And real quickly, I know you got to go. I just want to say this: we started doing this last year again with Hometown Heroes with WFMD, and the point of it is, we've never shared a stage with our sister station, and we figured, well, why not? Let's share a stage with them.
Agreed.
They have some great bands in between, and in between the bands, instead of just silence or just music, let's honor our first responders, Danny. Now, I may be biased here in saying this because I live and work here, but I think we have the best damn first responders in the country. Frederick PD, Frederick County Sheriff's Department, and the Fire Rescue. I know the chiefs of all three of those agencies. They're leaders, and they truly care about our community, and I totally love them. So thank you to them, and thank you to you again, Danny, for all you're doing. 5-Alarm Charm, that was your connection to get them these charms, and also for letting us know about Main Event Trophy. So thank you so much, Danny. Couldn't have done this without you this year to make it even better. So
you're the best. All right, my friend, have a great day. Right. I will see you a little bit later. And we'll hopefully be able to get Bob back on tomorrow to wrap up the short week for our Independence Day.
All right, Danny. Talk to you later.
See ya. All right. Want to thank Chris for joining us. And it's really, it's going to be a great time. I hope if you're in Frederick, you come down and you see us. All right. We're going to take wait. Look, there he is. Look at this, Chris.
I don't know if you can hear me.
We can.
We hear you.
I have no idea what happened to my computer. None whatsoever, but it's just my week. It's just my week to have everything. What do they like to say?
What?
Just, I don't like to swear. I mean, I leave that for Chris and other people. I'm aiming in the wrong microphone.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you leave that for? What do you mean you leave that for Chris and other people?
Chris swears all the time like a sailor. Like a sailor. I mean,
I'm glad I wasn't picking my nose. I thought I was off camera. And all of a sudden I'm looking up. I'm like, oh, I'm back on camera.
I couldn't connect to Dani. It kept giving me the circle, and then it said I didn't have the internet, and then I had the black screen of death, and now I have things popping up on my screen. I'm just like, I don't know. Tried a hard reboot. It's just nothing. I give up.
I told Dani about your bet that you made with Diana today with our wonderful pitcher, and explained, how when you're holding a trophy up, you got to have your arms angled like this, so people can see the trophy. So
Chris is glad he's a trophy wife.
Yes. Oh, Bob, I can see how frustrated you are. I have a good IT guy here in my house. So,
I don't know. Well, when I got hit by lightning, that's when it all started. I got hit by lightning again. I'm just like, why me? Why? And I'm like, I know I'm wallowing in self-pity, but that's what I do. I mean, at this age, that's who I am. Why? And then of course, I'm not showered. I'm not shaved. I'm wearing. Mike Banks walks in and goes, "Weren't you wearing that yesterday afternoon?" Yes, I was. Thank you.
At least he didn't say it on air.
No, he didn't. But I did. So I mean,
There you go, Bob. Bob, I got a song for you right here.
Yeah, I can't hear that.
We can't hear that.
Yeah, so you can't hear that, Chris. Sorry.
If you can hear it, great. But we can't hear it.
Well, obviously, he can hear it. Yeah.
Sing it, Chris. I don't even know if Chris can hear us.
Well,
I know.
Work out like I hope it would, but it was Lightning Strikes by Lou Christie.
Oh, yeah. So,
the two of you in technology. All right. You, Bob, go home, shower.
No, I have to go and get my other job. Chris is taking me down to Urbana to get a van to take it to the emissions test, to drive it to LaVale, to come home and be done by 2:40, which I have my first doctor's appointment back in Maryland. Not going to happen, I'm sure. Won't be able to make it. That's just,
All right. Shut down.
You guys hear me?
Rock and roll. You guys get moving. Have a wonderful trip together to Urbana.
Orioles lost. Keys lost. Nats were postponed by rain.
There we go.
That's your sports.
Have a great look. It can only get better. It can only get better from here. Oh,
can it?
Gone. There you go.
Chris is gone. Well, now we can really talk about him. Yeah. Hey, look at me. I got big arms. Yes, I won that bet because I knew exactly. I know Chris well too much.
Funny. I was the first upset that I wasn't involved in the opportunity to bet, and now I see exactly. That was an easy one.
Yes, whenever you want to bet, just make sure that Chris is going to be probably on the right side so he can show his right arm and be like, "Look at me." Well, I guess if I had his arms, I'd do the same thing.
Me too.
He is kind of a beast. If you had his arms, that'd be disgusting.
Have a great day.
See ya.
Bye. Goodness. All right. We got to take a break, and we'll be right back after this.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves. Double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset. 'Cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining finally beyond compare.
Who's always always wanted to go to Alaska. Well, that's me. And I'm putting together a trip June 9th through June 20th of 2026. I would love for you to join me working together with Antietam World Travel Service to put together an amazing itinerary featuring both land and sea. We're going to see all the great stuff you see when you go to Alaska. I promise it's going to be a lot of fun. Go to bit.ly/Alaska2 for more information.
At Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic, we understand how pain can hold you back. We're here to understand what you're going through. For a limited time, you can schedule your first visit for just $50. Give us a call and mention Good Morning Frederick, and let's get you feeling better.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
All right, let's find out what's happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Intense Barbecue, family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company that cook in small batches to make sure when you get the food, it's as fresh as it can possibly be. You can find them at intensebarbecue.com. When you have their food, you will satisfy your meat tooth. All right, Souls of Joy, a call is out. I need your help. How about being a collection site? How about personally collecting some shoes for our kids in Frederick County who don't have shoes to start school? That's what we're doing. There are thousands of kids going to Frederick County public schools that can't afford new clothing. And I know when you were growing up, that was kind of one of the things, you know, you always went back to school shopping and started school in those new clothes all the time. Well, that's what we're doing. Key City Rotary is doing Souls of Joy. So personally, I am trying to collect 300 pairs of shoes. I'm at about 100 right now. If you can, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle, $5, $10, $15, $20. I will make that dollar stretch as far as possible. If you're out shopping and you see a great shoe sale, please text me, send me a note, shoot me a message on social media so that I can go and buy shoes at a great discount. If you want to pick up a pair of shoes and drop them off, you can do that. You can drop them to the home of Everything Frederick. Of course, today through Sunday, Orioles Nest, Family Heritage Trust, and Village Crossing are also collecting shoes. Individual tickets are on sale now for the actual event on August 8th. Live music with the Learned Doctors, heavy hors d'oeuvres and desserts, and beer, wine, and seltzers included. Thanks to all of our dessert makers there on the screen for donating. This event is very expensive to put on. We need sponsors, we need donors, we need ticket buyers. So it's going to be a great afternoon or evening on Friday, August 8th. I hope you join us. All right, tomorrow, Alive at 5 is on Carroll Creek for 21 and up. Honestly Soul is the live music. It is 5 to 8 p.m., $6 to get in, and $6 adult beverages. All right, we've been talking a little bit about July 4th. It is going to be an amazing day in Baker Park. Fingers crossed the weather holds and we're not too hot, but there will be plenty to cool off in. I'm going to have some a cold beverage to give you. We're also sponsoring the Mechanical Bull thanks to Good Morning Frederick and Shannon Flannery, the goddess of real estate of Mauer Realty, and of course the founder of Everything Frederick and More, and the home of Everything Frederick. We are going to be right near the Color Lake side of Baker Park. So I call that kind of the top end of Baker Park. And we were going to have some Frederick is Buckin' Awesome t-shirts. I'm going to have some 4th of July shirts you can win or you can purchase. So come ready to do that as well. Plus also tons of giveaways, including our magnets that you're going to want to put on your vehicle, and it will make you eligible to win $100 starting in September, and other great stuff as well. Okay. Also, I just decided this morning I am going to do a Good Morning Frederick show on July 4th because I will have a secret stash video to share. And I have so many great interviews that are quote unquote in the can that I really want to get done because people have been waiting a few weeks, even a month to get on the show. So I am going to be doing a show on July 4th and then heading down to the festivities. July 5th and 6th, stop by the home of everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street in downtown, and visit our pop-up vendors. Twisted Ivy's going to be there and other great vendors. Also, this Saturday is First Saturday in downtown Frederick, which I forgot all about. I need to update that, but I'm confirming right now, I think we are going to have goat cuddles at the shop. That baby goats from Crystal's Funny Farm will be in our conference room. I'm going to working on a artificial turf carpet for them to be on and for us to enjoy some goat cuddles. Yes, we're going to have that. Also, the theme is golf, apparently, in downtown Frederick. So we've got a decorate golf ball station that will be set up out front, and it's going to be really cool. Free activity plus live music. So we've got a lot of great stuff for you at the home of everything Frederick. Please stop up on Saturday, July 5th, sometime between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. and enjoy that. Also on July 6th, as well as the pop-up vendor event, the Summer Concert Series is happening at Baker Park with the U.S. Air Force Full Spectrum Band playing some pop and rock for you right at the Baker Park Bandshell. Then July 7th through 10th, so this is Monday through Thursday next week, and the following week, July 14th to 17th as well, there is a baseball and softball clinic at Braddock Heights Park, which is right in Frederick on Schley Avenue. Ages 6 to 12 years old. All experience is welcome. Maybe you just want to brush up your skills. Maybe your child wants to learn to play baseball or softball. Head on out. You're going to want to text Rick Wilson at 240-422-6835. Or if you look up Frederick American Little League on Facebook, you will see information there as well. It's a great opportunity for your kids to, like I say, either learn the game or be better at the game. Learn some more fundamentals for sure. Let's see. July 10th, you got the Starlight Family Film Festival happening at the Urbana Library. July 12th is the Rubber Duck Derby Festival, family fun, and in Union Bridge. You sponsor or you buy rubber ducks that are all numbered, and they put them in the creek and they run them down, and the first ones in win some great prizes, including cash. And you don't need to be present to win. So you can purchase your rubber ducks at dreambiguunionbridge.com. Let's see. All right. So that's the 14th to 17th is that second week of baseball clinics. And coming up July 22nd, and I've got a ton of the Frederick County Public Libraries events that are going on around all of our libraries. Oh my gosh, there's some great programming. All of that has been added to the calendar, and I'll start to pick out some really, really good ones to highlight in our What's Happening in Frederick segment as well. Maryland Double Deckers has Reptile Adventures on the double, which is a lot of fun. July 22nd. Great for the whole family. And let's see what else. I'm just trying to highlight the things that don't repeat every week that you're going to want to know about. The next Starlight Family Film Festival is Finding Nemo. That's coming up August 7th. August 8th through 16th is the Montgomery County Fair. And August 16th is Climbing for a Cause at Tree Trekkers. So those are the things you kind of want to put a pin in and remember for the time to come, because the summer goes by so fast. Oh, it's kind of sad. All right, if you have an event you want included on the calendar, you can email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com or send it to me through social media as well. And if you want me to talk about your event, I'm happy to do that as well. Just $25 for 5 days or $40 for 10 days. All right, one more quick break. Then we've got Paul Jantzen, local author of Sour Apples, the novel for those who hate to read, and our Secret Stash video clue is coming up just after this. Experience an unforgettable vacation at the Salty Seahorse on the 4x4 beach in Corolla, North Carolina. Enjoy the pool, relax in the hot tub, fish, and kayak right off the private dock. The Salty Seahorse will be your forever vacation home. Go to thesaltyseahorse2201.com.
Hi, I'm Devin, your friendly neighborhood shower door expert. Upgrade your bathroom with a beautiful glass shower door, custom fit to accent your space and make getting into your shower one of the highlights of your day. Come see us at our brand new showroom in Frederick, Maryland, or online at showerdoorexperts.com.
Yes, get a new shower for sure. All right, A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business located right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding. They can also take care of any issues you may have with your windows and gutters, or even a patio and deck to be built or fixed. I've seen them repair, actually, a two-story deck that just needed some better support. You can call 301-703-2157 or send an email, info@ansconstruction.net. Remember, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just give Sandra a call and let her know you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. She's wonderful, and they will do an amazing job for you. You can count on that. All right, let's talk about the people of Frederick. People of Frederick is sponsored by the Healing Storm Holistic Wellness. Shannon and her team, we just met Jen yesterday, I think it was. They strive to make sure you're seen, heard, and valued, and your aches and pains are taken care of. The Healing Storm focuses on alternative holistic healing methods to relieve your stress and pain. Massage therapy, Reiki, lymphatic massage, now with the fascia stretching and all kinds of stuff. Check out thehealingstorm.com for more details and to schedule an appointment today. And I'm waiting for Shannon to send me information about their targeted cryo that they're doing that you can actually do even on your face and parts of your body. It's really cool. All right. I talked with Paul Jantzen, a local author of Sour Apples, the novel for those who hate to read. And I love that we have so many authors here in Frederick. I've talked to so many, probably almost 8 or 9 so far. I love this. Here he is talking about his book.
We're at the home of Everything Frederick, which is 401 North Market Street in downtown. I'm with Paul Jantzen, the author of Sour Apples.
Yes.
Yeah, I met you at Tree Trekkers at the Climbing for a Cause event.
Yes.
And you told me that you're now a writer.
I am a writer.
You are a writer.
So I'm actually, I consider myself an author now.
An author.
Because
what's the difference?
When you get published, I think you can call yourself an author. Before then, you just have to write.
You're just writing. You're writing. You're not authoring.
Right?
Now you're official and you're authoring.
Exactly.
You tell me a little bit about this book, and then we're going to talk about the journey of, because this is like published, you're published. This is not self-published like a lot of people do. No shade on the people who are self-publishing, but you got a publisher who liked the book, and I would love to talk about that process. But first, the process of why did you want to write a book?
When I grew up, I had an aunt and uncle who would always come to visit, and my mom and dad and my aunt and uncle would get together, and they would just tell stories, and the aunt and uncle would just get loud, and the stories got boisterous, and the energy in the room was just like incredible.
Yeah.
And I kind of was paying attention to that, and I loved that. And then I took to storytelling the best I could, and I noticed I would gather a little bit of attention from it. And so I really wanted to get my story out there.
Yeah.
And I've got plenty of stories in my head. You know, some of them are just completely made up, and some of them have some things to do with my growing up. But
sure.
For the most part, I wanted to be able to tell a story with that same kind of energy and have that same kind of audience.
It's their engagement, right? They're just attentiveness. Exactly. Yeah, that's really cool. And I'm sure people watching, there are people in our lives that you go, oh my God, they can tell the best stories. Like it's just the way, my sister is one of them.
Right?
Hers are hilarious, and she intersperses just hilarity, and you can never retell it the same. And when you say, oh, you had to be there, or she's got to tell it, or you've got to tell it, I'm sure it's the same.
So sometimes it gets better every time you tell it.
It does get, sometimes those stories do get better.
But once it gets printed, there it is.
That's
it's
it.
Done.
No more changes.
Right.
So speaking of that, the process of getting an editor and having them maybe edit or suggest, how was that?
This time around, it was really easy.
Okay.
And everything kind of seemed to fall into place for me. My very first novel that I wrote, I had 30 some rejections from either agents or publishers. And that was 20 years ago. And that was when you put a stamp on the letter and mailed it.
Ah, yeah.
And then you'd get back a form letter saying, hey, thank you very much. No, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this time around, I thought, you know, I want to get back into my writing. I've had it on the shelf for a while. So let's start that process. And I started to query publishers. And I went to small publisher, I did some research, and I went to the small ones. And Black Rose Writing, who did pick me up, they originally rejected me. And they gave me a form letter saying, try a professional editor, try a...
so they gave you at least pointers on what could have made it better.
Well, no, they never read anything in my book. They only read the query letter. You get a one-page query letter to sell your book. Yes. Sometimes they'll do a query letter and they'll say send 10 pages.
Okay.
But this was a query letter, and that was all I had.
Gotcha.
And they said, no, thank you. But they suggested I get a professional editor. And I thought, you know what? That might be a great learning experience because English is not, it's my only language, but it is not, I'm not great at it. Don't know where the commas go. I'm still learning. But I figured, let's take it another step and try to learn more about the writing process and maybe polish my novel for other publishers and see what happens. And my editor, she really, I joke, I call her Edward Scissorhands because she really got in there and was like, okay. And I had to rewrite like the first 30 pages, and then I had to rewrite another section of the book because it was getting winded and everything. But she made my story so much better, read so much faster and smoother. And when it was all done, she said, I really loved your story enough that I want to, at least I'm going to knock on the door and say, hey, I just edited Paul Jantzen's work. Would you consider looking at it again? And they did. And then, so I had to fill out the same query information online, put all that information in there, but I knew not to just be very vague about stuff. And I was learning along the way how to answer some of their questions a little bit better. And then they said, go ahead and send your manuscript. And so I did. And I waited, and 3 weeks later, I had a contract in the mail.
That's
So
pretty cool.
it was very cool.
So they were very right on the get the editor, and good for her on
yes,
liking it and taking it forward. That's great.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Kudos to her. Who's your editor?
Mary Ellen Bromwell.
I just want to give her a little shout out because
Absolutely.
they're like the definitely behind the scenes people.
Yes.
Tell us about the story.
Okay. Sour Apples is about a young boy. In 1975, he has to defend his fort from unwanted dwellers. So on 3 separate occasions, people move into his fort. And I can't say that it's not because of things that he did that he has new tenants. But he had 3 situations where he had to kick out people. And during the summer, he plays baseball, and he was dealing with a first crush. So, but what he was learning along the way was that decisions have consequences.
Yeah.
So no matter what you pick, A or B, door 1 or door 2, you're going. Yeah.
Comes with something. Each comes with something. Very cool.
And so he did a lot of growing up doing that.
Yeah.
So,
that's very cool. This one kind of based on your life, or this one?
So no, it's so I played baseball. I'm left-handed. Jimmy plays baseball. He's left-handed.
Those things.
So,
the easy thing.
Yes, and there's a couple of incidences, like some stuff that happened out in the woods that actually was part of my childhood.
Yeah.
But for the most part, what I like to do with a character like that is just take a little bit of something about me and then let him grow his own life.
That's pretty good.
I do that with all my characters. Some of them I don't even use. I said, like Dave in the book, he's one of Jimmy's best friends. He has he's kind of cool. He can talk to the girls, kind of like Dr. Doolittle could talk to the animals.
Yep.
And so anyway, I couldn't do that, but I wish I could. So I took that and I made a character.
You made a character out of maybe who you wanted to be, or who you emulated in school. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So how many books now?
So 1 published, 3 have been written, but the way I'm going to do this now is Sour Apples is book 1, Just a Bitter Taste is book 2, and Just a Bitter Taste is done. It's ready to be submitted. I'm waiting for the direction that I want to take that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I want to try to step up and find a larger publisher, but I don't know yet.
Okay. So now you're still working a 9-to-5er.
I do.
Yeah. What do you do there?
So I'm a building engineer.
Okay.
So I work for Rupert Properties.
Yeah.
You'll see them around town.
Yeah,
they're
sure.
pretty big.
Yeah.
Their landscaping company is also part of that.
Yeah. What is one thing you hope to achieve, over the next 6 to 12 months, like with your writing or editing or any of that?
So 6 to 12, I would like to have at least an agent or a contract for book 2.
Okay.
Book 1, it's slowly gaining traction, but not enough to catch anybody's attention.
Yeah. And the audience, the target audience for this book is?
Young adult.
Okay.
And so I had a 5th grade teacher read it to her 10 and 11-year-olds, and she said it was completely appropriate. Now Sour Apples has a couple curse words in it, and I will disclaim that, especially like if I'm doing a signing and I'm talking.
I've been to elementary schools. The 10 and 11-year-olds probably are,
right?
Yeah, but yeah.
Exactly. So the only curse words it's when nothing else can be said. It's like it has to be said, and it would be true for them to say it at that time. And there's just a few in there. Like that. So this and so they're categorized as young adult, which is like 12 or 13 to 18, but 10 and 11-year-olds, any younger than that, mom wants to read it to the kid, and then she can gloss over what words she doesn't want her
she can
kid to
choose.
hear.
Right. You can choose. Oh, I love it for sure. Well, Paul, we appreciate you being part of our community and making it more interesting with your books.
Ah, yes. So great. Love these local authors telling amazing stories. All right, it is now time to do your secret stash video clue for today. Here it is. Actually, you can tell I got some lightning bugs. It was early evening when we set that out. All right, do you know where that is? I'll play it one more time for you. You know where this is. You're going to want to go and grab that envelope and turn it in today through Sunday, or you have 2 weeks to turn it in for your prize. I want to thank our sponsors, Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic, Intense Barbecue, all of our advertisers. Again, really appreciate them supporting this show. Appreciate you for watching and sharing and commenting. It helps to get this show out to more and more people. Which is our goal, of course. Want to give all these nonprofits as much exposure as possible. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. And you know what you got to do. Let's get out there. Let's be great, Frederick.